Grey's Anatomy, the most iconic binge-worthy drama, is back, along with answers to the biggest cliffhangers. Will Teddy survive? Will Joe and Link finally find happiness together? Meredith returns along with fan faves like Arizona. You can now stream every episode of Grey's ever on Hulu, and new episodes next day. Watch new episodes of Grey's Anatomy Thursdays at 9/8 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about comic books, costumes, facts, boots, and other stuff.
In this week's issue, Woolworth's Happy Time Christmas Book, 1952, A Trip in Santa's Ribbon Candy Rocket.
Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes. I'm Zach, joined as always by the magnificent, marvelous, merry one, Mr. Mike, since we're in the holiday spirit.
Ho, ho, hello.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
We talked about a little bit last week of what we were going to do, and I know that we had teased issue 2 of Beneath the Trees Where No One Sees, but
They postponed it.
They moved it back a week.
They
did,
yeah.
Exactly. So it will come out this week, and we'll pick it up, and we'll do next week's show.
Yeah.
So we'll just split the Christmas episodes, and we'll do a Christmas episode
we decided
early.
to go back 70-something years.
Yeah, we went back a long time. I came across these when I was trying to find Frosty comics for us to go over.
Yeah.
But I'd stumbled upon Woolworth's Christmas books.
Woolworths.
And I did not know what Woolworths was. And so I had to get Mike to go ahead and educate me a bit. And it's kind of like a department store.
It was a department store, yeah. It was like a giant 5 and dime kind of store. Like they sold a little everything. So if you think Montgomery Ward, Sears, Woolworths, same kind of store. Kmart, same stuff.
Gotcha. So that makes sense then. So it's and
they were a staple like in the 50s, the 40s and 50s. They were a big deal.
And it makes sense then because these are from the two. We're going to cover 2 issues. We'll do the first one, take a break, come back with the second one. But 1952 and 1953. I also found the one for 54, but I figured we'd just go back the earlier 2 first.
Do you know when Rudolph
was 39, I believe.
39. So
that's Montgomery Ward, though.
Right. And so what I'm saying is Montgomery Ward had a genius idea to come up with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
It might have been earlier than that, but I know it was.
And so I feel like Woolworths and all those other companies were always chasing them, trying to get their own, just like Coke with the Santa and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's, the whole red suit kind of jolly Santa we know is because of the ad campaign that Coke did too.
Right.
Back in the early 30s. Because before then, Santa could be shown as anywhere from like a tall, kind of like gaunt man, just, to like this weird elf kind of dude. So like the Santa we know is thanks to Coca-Cola too.
Gave him diabetes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. But like this Santa that's on the cover of the
Santa lost a foot because
of the Woolworth's Happy Time Christmas Book 1952.
Yeah, I love the name of this. Number one, Woolworth's Happy Time.
I don't know why they added Happy Time in there.
And then Christmas Book. Now, this is a rare occasion where I'm looking at the comic at the same time, right?
And I wanted to make sure that you would be able to see these.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the printout like I'm usually able to show, but also because the ads that are in here, I just thought you would love to see because you're a big ad guy, especially these old ones.
I love the old ads, but I do want to make a comment on the cover. A Trip in Santa's Ribbon Candy Rocket.
Yeah.
So ribbon candy, if you remember, is the candy that your grandmother would give you that was all stuck in one big chunk. Ribbon candy no one has ever enjoyed.
Somebody had to.
Nope. Nobody ever liked it. It was just something you had to do. And then the cover of this, so I'm trying to figure out, like, number one, how is this airplane powered?
It's never explained.
It has no propeller.
Spoiler alert, it's never explained. There's a lot of things about this rocket that we're going to get into once we get to the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in the rocket with Santa, who looks just like the Coca-Cola Santa, the old-timey, there are several...
Does it not look, though, now that I'm looking at the cover, like this is a 1952 Photoshop job?
That's what I was going to say.
It's different art styles.
And the thing about this is this took a while to get all this in there. Yeah, because this is truly paste up. So there's a couple of black and white seals or no, one black and white seal with a color ball that I guess
The other one's a bear.
Just it's floating over his nose. There is a monkey trying to get out of the airplane. Then there's a little bear. There's a pixie girl. It looks like a kid that maybe just shot his first rabbit. There's a reindeer, and then a doofus in a blue costume that only one eye is sticking out.
His name's Caboose.
Caboose.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
So
he's
they're
the
all
guy
siblings.
in any 80s movie that was always like, oh, where's the hot dogs? You know, that kind of thing.
Caboose.
Yeah. Booger. Caboose.
I knew. I know somebody who has the nickname Booger.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know why, but
And I love how when you open this book, the absolute first page is an ad.
what's the inside cover? You would have to think
Yeah.
you'd open, and right here is for coloring books of all things.
Coloring books keep youngsters busy and happy.
Yeah, see how low priced they are at Woolworth. So
Yeah.
there are a lot of ads,
Yeah.
all of it for Woolworth. Like
Sure.
it seemed like this is a Christmas book. So it's probably something you would pick up while you're out shopping during December.
Yeah, absolutely.
There in store, you get to take home. It's for your kids to read. Oh, there's a story, but also it's an advertisement to the kids too.
And for some reason, Woolworth's mascot.
Howdy doody. I just saw that. Howdy doody.
Well, Woolworth's mascot is a dolphin.
I thought that was a whale.
In art gear. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is a whale.
It's a fish of some sort.
It's a fish. Yeah. I don't know how that started, but he says, I'm going to Woolworth's to get a coloring book for every whale in the class. Oh,
So
it is
it's
a
gotta
whale.
be a whale.
Every whale in the class.
Man, we should really read and get context clues from that.
My favorite part of this whole ad, though, I like the Howdy Doody, Flash Gordon, Bugs Bunny, Roy Rogers, and Dale Evans, each only 25 cents. But my favorite part is the Doris Day doll book.
I saw it down there and thought that would be
Yeah. I have seen every Doris Day movie ever.
Really?
Yeah, because...
Que sera, sera.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I used to watch the Doris Day show. So when I was growing up, I had a little like 9-inch black and white TV on a TV tray right next to my bed. And my parents would go to bed and I would just leave it on. And the only thing on were like old movies and stuff before the static and the Pledge of Allegiance came on or whatever, you know. And so, yeah, I watched every stupid Doris Day movie ever.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot. I mean, I used to watch a lot of Nick at Night because of that. Granted, that we had cable at that time.
Yeah,
that was later. Like I remember early on in my youth that we had one of the dial TVs where I had to turn it to like UHF.
Well, you were the remote control.
Yeah,
because you had to get up and change the channel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I had one of those in my room, and I remember on Saturdays, like I could pick up WCW wrestling.
Oh yeah,
I could pick up like sometimes you get like WGN and watch a Cubs game that way or something.
Yeah,
like
there was
that.
a lot of Cubs games on.
Yeah, but it was random. Like you were at the mercy of what was on TV, and then even when like sometimes when cable came and you had a wider selection, but even it was small, like. You had to catch things when they came out new, or else it would be months before you saw it again. Well, maybe not that long. But
folks that are listening,
we're going on the
movies. They would go to the theater and they'd stay there forever, and then it would take years for them to show up on TV.
Yeah,
and then it would be the mother flipping farts on this flipping flopper. You know that they're replacing all the words.
Never Fight a Stranger in the Alps is the one from The Big Lebowski. I remember.
Really, Never Fight a Stranger in the Alps.
Yeah, Never Fight a Stranger in the Alps. It's the John Goodman scene, where he's
perfect.
with the
Or by the way, Melon
Farmer, I think is the word that they use in Die Hard
instead of MF.
Yeah, I think it's Melon Farmer.
Yippee-ki-yay, Melon Farmer.
It's something like that. Weird.
Wow. Yeah, that holds exactly the same.
Which, by the way, Die Hard, fantastic Christmas movie.
Die Hard is a great Christmas movie. I just saw part of a movie called Please Don't Destroy. It's those guys from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Isn't that their
Treasure of Foggy Mountain or something?
Is it good?
It's funny. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But John Goodman at one point is the narrator.
I do love me some John Goodman.
As they're driving like into the jungle to go find this stuff, he's like, and I'm John Goodman from Big Lebowski and a bunch of other shit. Bye. And that was it. It's like the end of his voiceover. Yeah, it's very good.
Oh, that's funny. All right. So we get into the story itself is a fairly simple story. We're just going to focus on some of the funnier parts of it instead of necessarily the actual story itself. It's the kids that we have here, and I'm trying to find their names. It's Billy, Betty, are the boy and girl, and then their little kid brother is Caboose. So
Billy, Betty, Caboose.
Billy, Betty, and Caboose, and they
BBC.
walk by this old man.
They're big BBCs.
They walk by.
You're welcome.
They walk by
Santa's candy shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take over. Santa's in the window there making ribbon candy.
Yeah, and it looks very thin and not. So, it kind of looks like he's holding a tapeworm.
Right. They're like, hey, we can help. We're BBC.
But they show up and they're and.
My thing is Santa doesn't really want to be seen.
No,
why is he in the window making ribbon candy?
Well, he tells them to step right in, and he's like, "Hey, do you guys want to see a secret?"
Ugh.
Like, which this is my problem with these books.
Yeah.
It's just because
it's
where
the baby,
we are now.
It's the baby. It's cold outside conundrum, right?
Yeah, where it's a little weird. But he's like, it's an old man. He's like, "Hey, kids, you want to see a secret?" And they're all like, "Yeah, let's do this."
I sure like this song. It's a little rapey, but yeah I love it. Yeah.
So he opens up a hatch like to go downstairs, and the kids just follow him.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to like light a candle as they go down.
They don't even know this dude's Santa.
No, they don't yet.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Spoiler alert. They don't figure it out until he like puts on the suit. Like they're dumb kids.
Well, this could be Pizzagate, basically, right? I mean, something's happening in the basement here.
A little.
Yeah, he's taking the kids down there.
Yeah, for their adrenome or whatever.
That's right. Caboose has got a ton of it in the back of his skull.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
But Santa tells them, hold on, somebody's following us. And it turns out to be a little white bear. That's the bear we saw on the plane.
Yeah.
His name is Marsho, the marshmallow bear.
So I believe Marsho was like a marshmallow fluff candy.
Okay.
I believe. I may be wrong.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So this just might be more
I
product
think it's
placement.
all product placement. I think it's what all of this
Then
is.
this makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
I did not pick up on that part, obviously.
Because why would you say the entire name? He says, why? It's Marsho, the marshmallow bear. Yeah.
I thought
just call him Marsho.
I thought he was just trying to explain why he was white.
Yeah. Well, that didn't need explaining back then. But yeah, sure. That's what.
Well, I'm just.
Nobody had any rights back in the 40s.
I
you
know
that.
but see, when I Google, though, Marsho the marshmallow bear, nothing pops up.
Really? Okay. Well, maybe not.
Oh, it changed. Yeah.
I'm just thinking maybe Woolworth was selling little marshmallow bears.
See, I didn't mean Marsha the marshmallow bear.
Marsha. That's
It's
a
Marsho,
different.
right?
That's a different website.
Yeah, nothing is popping up for
Marsha and
Marsho
her
the marshmallow
marshmallows.
bear.
Okay. All right. Well, it's just what I thought.
I don't know. Was there like Marsho candy?
That's what I'm thinking, but maybe not. Maybe not.
Um,
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Marsho argues with Santa, and he says, "Trying to go without me, eh?" He goes, "Well, I wouldn't say it like that. Well, I would. I'm going anyway. I'm going with you."
Yeah, he's kind of an angry, gruff guy. Yeah, that kind of stays the whole time.
He goes, "Very well, Marsho, come along." And then all the kids say are humph, Humph, humph.
Harumph.
Humph. It's not even a harumph.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a humph.
So Santa shows him their, it looks like kind of like a candy cane rocket is what it's supposed to be. It's like red and white and green.
What do you call those things on the back of a camel with a lisp?
Humps.
Humph.
Humph. And he tells them all like, hey, tonight, or he goes, hey, everybody, let's, like hop in this candy rocket that I made. And the kids are like, but it's Christmas Eve. I don't want to miss Santa because he can't tell because he's wearing a chef's hat.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't worry. Marsho already knows, though, because he's got a grin on his face. And he's like, we won't miss Santa. We promise. He.
Well, before that, can I preempt it with
go
something? They walk down into the basement, which is basically what this is, and there's a bunch of candy cane sticks sticking up out of the floor.
Yeah.
And she says, yummy, these are all made of candy. And he says, yes, Betty, this is my rock candy cave. Eat all you wish. Gross.
It's creepy.
Gross.
This whole that's the thing is both and then he of these have moments that are just kind of weird and
then
creepy.
He says, and look yonder, and points to the plane.
Yonder. I would say that's how Santa talks.
Sure. Santa.
That's how Santa talks.
I will bring it yonder.
So
hop in. We'll all go for a ride.
So they all hop in and they have to wait for Caboose because he's the reason he's Caboose is he can't talk. First of all, I should say that, but he's always following behind them. That's why they call him Caboose.
Kenny. That's what he reminds me.
So he tells them, "All right, we're gonna go up to the North Country. Everybody, hang on." And
the North Country.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
And it doesn't explain how they're flying. They just fly.
Yeah. Well, it is fun because they all say "wee."
That's true. Marsho's like, we're traveling so fast, like I can't even see where we're going.
Okay, you're a bear made out of marshmallows. It doesn't matter.
And the Marsho says, it kind of feels warm, doesn't it? And he's like, yeah, it does. And they look out and they see palm trees, and they realize Santa's taking them to the wrong place. But we'll get back to that after we look at Jolly Toys with
Marcia
Yummy.
literally says gadzooks.
He does it. Gadzooks, palm trees. But
Yeah.
we'll get back to our adventure after we hear about Jolly Toys with Yummy Lollipops.
Jolly Toys with Yummy Lollipops. Now this is, what did you say their names are? Billy and
Betty.
Bitchy? Okay, twice the fun. They're candy and toys in one. Let's hurry to see them at Woolworth's. And by the way, just want to read this part. Take it as you want. Gay to see in Christmas stockings or under the tree. Brightly colored plastic toys, delicious pops have cardboard safety sticks, cellophane wraps.
Well, here, I was looking at these things, and there's one that's called Hi-Ho Santa. And it's like a plastic toy of Santa, and I think it's supposed to be on a reindeer, but it doesn't look like it has horns. It looks like it has weird ears.
Yeah, it's like he's
and
on a jackrabbit.
Yeah, it's like he's on a white jackrabbit with 4 legs and hooves.
It's a 3.5-inch Kris Kringle,
a stride
reindeer in Santa's packer 4 lollipops.
And that's the thing. Like,
Only
he has a
25
bag,
cents.
and it has 4 lollipops sticking
I
out
want to
of it.
know why ringing Santa looks like a robot.
I don't know.
You see that?
Yeah. Oh, that's the train.
Yeah, ringing Santa is rough looking. But he is an 8 3/4 inch.
He's bigger.
Saint Nick swinging Merry Christmas bell, 12 pops in pack on back
for 80 cents.
I didn't think swinging would be
How much
followed
do
by
we
Merry
think-
Christmas, but
How much do we think 80 cents was back in 1952? I'll look that up.
yeah, please look
But
at
then
that.
the next page was cuddly, lifelike dolls for every little girl.
Oh, let's see. Cuddly like dolls, and Bitchy or Betty or whatever her name
And
is.
Betty.
Is saying, well, you got Marshall first, and he goes, "Aren't they the cutest dolls you ever saw?" And then Betty says, "Oh, Woolworths has almost real babies to play with."
Almost real babies.
You could put that a different way.
Okay, so that's 79 cents, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that you had a deal and you got it for exactly 79 cents
Sure.
at Woolworth. How much do you think that would have cost you today?
Today, I think it's $7.
You're not too far off. $8.95.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I'm just saying $4.95 for one of these dolls. That was a lot of money back then.
That was. Should I do that then?
Because this is a doll with a saran wig.
What, saran?
Saran. So it says blonde-haired darling dressed in pink, blue, and more with matching slip and hair bow. Hair can be washed, combed, waved, and
Ooh, why'd you
restyled
do
to
that?
suit her mama.
Oh, okay. Now that one's the weirder one to suit her mama.
Yeah, I just washing the baby's hair to suit me, the mama. Yeah, that doesn't sound weird to you?
No, that does.
Okay.
That part does.
There's a blanket doll. There's a baby doll.
Oh,
and there's a blonde
damn,
charmer.
that's kind of expensive.
What is it now?
$55.40.
$4.95 would be $56 basically.
Yeah.
Then the next one is toys for the youngest members of the family, and now this reindeer can talk. Caboose just says because
He can't talk. Yeah.
he's being left behind in society. The deer says they'll all make wonderful playmates for the children. Okay. So that's one of those phrases that, like, if you say it in a cartoon voice, they'll all make wonderful playmates for the children. Or if you say it in a regular voice, they'll all make wonderful playmates for the children.
That's not
That
a
is-
regular voice,
that's
though.
different.
You got a smidge creepy on it. But even in a regular voice, it's still,
Yeah. They got a roly-poly clown.
Oh, is that, see,
Uh-huh.
I saw that. My favorite one is the goat that you pull that
Yeah.
just nods its head up and down.
Yeah. Well, it's Ba, the talking lamb.
But when its
Yeah.
head goes up, it does
Tail
bob,
wags, head
apparently.
moves, and plastic lamb says, "Bah!" Mounted on bright plastic wheeled platform, wonderful pull toy, 15.5 inches tall. That's a big lamb.
It is. And then our last.
I don't think he's really saying "bah." I think he's saying "kill me" or something like that.
Probably. And then our last ad on the page is
Yeah.
for molded plastic dresser sets.
Moldy plastic,
which
dresser
is like
sets.
combs and stuff
How
for,
pretty.
I assume your dog. It says pretty dresser sets of pink, blue, or clear plastic.
What's a junior
Mir-
Mrs. set?
See, yes, mirror and brush backs have lovely
Hmm.
patterns. Brushes made with sturdy stylon bristles, 3 pieces in each set. Essentially, hey girls, here, comb your hair to look pretty for your husbands.
Yeah. Well, and that's the way it was set back then, right? Because the girl says, "Bitchy," you said her name was? What is it?
Betty.
Betty. She says, "How pretty." And then little goofball says, Maybe that's what I'll ask Santa to bring you, and it's underlined, from Woolworths.
It's like, I don't comb my hair.
I ain't no girl.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm a man. I don't comb my hair.
Yeah, combing hairs for sissies. Get out of here.
So,
shoot! I looked ahead. Their plane is starting to melt.
Yeah, so Santa and them, we get back to our story of they're over the tropics.
They're in the tropics.
Because Santa's like, we're going to the North Country, and then immediately headed south, which does not bode well for the jolly elf to be terrible with directions.
No, it does not.
But, yeah, the plane is melting when they come by a house.
The balls of fire. He says. Balls of fire. I believe our rocket ship is melting.
Oh, he does, yes. They pass some monkeys there in the tropics.
Yeah.
And Santa just asked, hey.
The monkeys who can talk, by the way.
Yes, the monkeys who can talk. Caboose can't, but the monkeys can.
Yeah.
We're going to come across all the animals can, because Marshall has too.
Yeah.
And Santa goes, hey, would you give us a little push to head us back the way we came? And the monkey's like, sure. And the monkey just pushes the plane the other way.
Hey, monkey, could you push this sticky-ass mess we're flying through the sky, please?
But here's the thing. He's able to push them the opposite direction somehow. Yeah. But they find out as they're flying, he does get stuck to the outside of it.
Oh, good. Okay.
And they pull him off, and he's in the plane with them now. As they're headed back towards the North Country, where we know they're headed the right way now because we see seals.
Okay.
And an iceberg.
Sure.
And they're feeling cold again. And Santa's like, well, now I need to prepare to submerge this thing underwater.
That's a great idea.
Hear me out. He pulls out diving goggles for the rocket ship.
Sure.
The rocket ship is smiling and has eyes.
Yeah.
We haven't talked. I'm going to bring this up, and it's very important for this, for something later. I'm going to say, since they have not explained to us how this thing works, it has to be like not necessarily a living being of some sort.
That was melting just a few minutes ago.
That was melting itself, but now it's back. Like it's smiling. It's happy.
Yeah.
It needs goggles to go underwater, right?
Yeah.
So there's something alive about this rocket ship.
Yeah, I think someone has gone to purgatory and they have to
come
their
back.
Soul has come into this ribbon candy.
I just want to remember that for here in a minute.
I got you.
So and then they dive underwater.
He's got a periscope.
He does have a periscope.
Pops right up out of this living being.
And they go underwater where they run into some wells. Like they actually hit one of the wells.
That happens.
And then the parent well is like, hey, kids, it's a candy ship. And they try to chase it down because they want candy.
Candy.
Santa and his gang do the best they can to get away from the wells chasing them. And they run smack dab into an iceberg.
Oh, no.
And the littlest well that was chasing them apparently swims up through the vent in the back. So he crawls through a living creature to come up into the port there with them.
Well, not only that, now Billy's holding him.
Yes.
And they are all underwater, but they're in an air-sealed airplane.
So how did he get from the water in there without any water getting in?
And how is he not dead at this point? Like
he's just living fine.
Yeah. No, instead he just says, hiya.
I mean, granted, it's a kid's book, so we're looking into it way too hard.
Well,
but
he says he must have swum in through the rear rocket vent.
How's water not getting in that rear rocket
vent?
The
airplane's butthole is what it is. That's all it is.
It is the little whale crawled.
A little whale crawled through the anthropomorphic
butthole
rocket,
the candy rocket's butthole.
Right after it had reformed because it was melting. Yeah. This is gross.
It is.
This is like you ever see that movie where the guy comes back from space and he starts melting?
No.
Incredible Melting Man or something like that.
No, that doesn't sound
okay.
familiar.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the same thing.
Let's go ahead and take a break here real quick, and we'll be right back after that. All right, welcome back into Bros, Foes, and Heroes as we continue to look through the 1952 Woolworth Christmas book. If you're wondering, hey, what's gonna happen to Santa and them underwater after they hit an iceberg, we'll get back to you on that because we got more ads.
Screw you. We got to talk about colorful balloons for holiday fun.
Yes, and there's an ad in the next one for balloons too, and one of them just creeps me out, and we'll get to that on the next one. But
here's my favorite phrase so far.
See
them grow as you blow. That's my favorite.
I didn't notice that.
See them grow.
See, I just read the story and I skipped past the ads because I'm like, oh, Mike will look through all these. He'll find this stuff, and sure enough,
grow
he did.
as you blow.
See them grow as you blow.
Right under the bridge. So yeah, we got Boxo Fun with a bunch of we got Bluebird assortment, although it's red. Then we have Gems of Glee, which does not look like a balloon.
It looks like a blow up.
It looks like a marriage enhancer is what it looks like. Yeah.
Is that what you call?
Sure. Box of Fun has 40 wonderful holiday balloons with animal heads and painted cartoons, various sizes and colors.
I guess that's a seal that's supposed to be on there.
Yeah.
Even though it has mouse ears.
Yeah. Game suggestions are on the box. I think the game suggestions are blow it up
and don't
look at it.
Or pop it. Then we get more dolls.
More dolls.
Because we can't get enough of that.
These
they're all so cute.
Yeah. And little Caboose says,
he does. That's all he just. No, he says, ooh.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. You know how that came out of him. He's like, and he said, oh, he likes it.
So you think that Caboose is the guy from the Goonies?
I think he pretty much is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's a lot
well, that's why he's got that thing pulled down over his head because his eyes are all wonky.
I don't see my favorite one, and I don't know why I find this phrase funny, is on the next one after the dolls, is it just says safe rubber toys to brighten Christmas days.
That's it. Well, and in the safe rubber toys, there's a Donald Duck.
I saw that.
These are the first like branded things we've
here's
seen.
the thing, though. Do you not see the one that says Mickey Mouse fire truck? Does that look like Mickey Mouse, though?
No, that's more like Marvin the Rat is what that is. That's not Mickey Mouse.
Oh, they even have like cat and dog dolls. Those are kind of
they're creepy.
Wiggity Wags doll is what it's called.
Wiggy Wags dog and Susie So Soft cat.
Is that So Soft?
So Soft. Yeah, Susie So Soft.
And Wiggy Wags.
Yeah, and then there's the my favorite part on this ad is the Dolly's hot water bottle.
Red rubber
bottle with stoppers so it won't leak when filled.
So it's just it's just a small bottle.
Well, what it is you used to take these and you would get them and they would be, the size of a dinner plate, and you'd fill them up with water, and it had a one-way, you could blow it up or you could fill it, and then it would seal itself, right, until you like pushed it back together, and then it would come out. The water would come out. So these were a lot of the times used for sore muscles. You got a headache, menstrual cramps, things like that. That's what these water bottles are always associated.
Oh, the red one.
with.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So if your Dolly,
I thought you were talking about the toy nursing.
Oh
bottle.
No.
I see
the
what you're saying.
hot water bottle. Yeah. If your Dolly has bad menstrual cramps, make sure you get the 15-cent Dolly's hot water bottle.
You never know. More rubber toys for indoor and outdoor fun.
Yeah.
The whale it's the animals talking again. It's a reindeer and whale. They're favorites with kitties everywhere. Like the reindeer would know.
Yeah.
And the whale goes,
well, he's eating a few kids.
And with parents, too. These rubber toys won't scrape up furniture or floors.
Or the bottom of the sea. Yeah. They are long-lasting, safe, and scratch-proof. Children love their true-to-life lines. Okay.
True-to-life
you got a train set. You got a pump engine. That's what I used to be called in high school. Large tractor, toolkit, super racer, and oh, dear Lord. Something wagon and something. Oh, wagon and team. Hitch up the two horses with their separate harnesses. Attach the wagon, and you're ready to haul. Turn and buck up. 13 inches long.
I love it. Some of these toys. I feel like I had that tractor toy, but the guy was not on there. It was just the metal die-cast tractor. Oh, that's rubber.
Yeah, these are all made by Auburn Rubber Company.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Also, I noticed each page is all specific to a certain company.
Yeah.
Because if you scroll up to the one before, it all says made by Sun Rubber Co.
Yeah.
And then there was another one where it's like, the balloon made by National Latex Products Co.
Yeah.
Oh, the full name, by the way, is FW Woolworth Co. I noticed that too.
So
not just Woolworth.
Auburn Rubber Company was a rubber products manufacturer best known for its line of children's toys. It was probably the largest producer of rubber and vinyl toys. Thank God. In the world through Norway's Tomteladorel, Finland's Plasto, and Sweden's Gallignadibird. They were major. They were major European producers. And it says, let's see, Double Fabric Tire Company was started in Auburn, Indiana, in 1913. At the outset, Double Fabric made tires for the Auburn. So they pivoted, is what they did. They were already making rubber stuff, and so let's make some toys for these dumb kids. During World War II, the company continued to make soles now for combat boots and also gaskets, so-called jerry cans. I don't know what that means.
I thought you were a expert in all things jerry.
A jerry can is a fuel. That's an old reference. Is a fuel container made from pressed steel and more recently high-density polyethylene.
Don't you love the references that only you and
I
I
get?
get?
Only we get. Yeah. If you guys want to hear something really stupid, go listen to
Brushes with
Jerry's.
Sorry.
Yeah, Jerry Halliwell makes a guest appearance on that from the Spice Girls.
Yeah, it was Jerry to. I forgot about Jerry to Jerry.
Yeah, it was just Jerry to Jerry.
Oh man! All right,
Jerry to Jerry.
Between two Jerrys. So back to Santa, and their adventure. Here's what I don't get. If you look at that first panel when we come back, it looks like they hit the iceberg.
It does.
Right at the top of it.
Right.
Does it not?
Yeah. And I think historically, the top of the iceberg is not really the problem.
No, it's the underneath.
Yeah.
But the way they draw it there, it makes it look like it's the very tip top, like it's an underwater ice mountain that they hit. But they decide, no, instead of just, going over it, no, they're going to turn his nose into a drill.
Sure.
And they burrow themselves through the iceberg. Here's what I don't understand either. Look at the trajectory.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going in at a down angle.
Sure.
But then a couple panels later, because they have a couple black panels to show that they're in the middle of that, when he comes up to the surface, he comes in at a completely different angle up out of the iceberg.
Well, I think my favorite part about this drilling into this thing is it says, with a grimace, the candy rocket transforms its nose into a corkscrew.
Also,
and that plane does not look happy about this.
He does not. And also, with the diving goggles on, does it not look like the candy rocket is just blazed out of his mind? It looks like
he's drunk or high. Yeah.
He's just like, all right, dude, I'll go ahead and do it.
Where are we? We've come out of the top of the iceberg.
And they see seals.
And then he just starts piling in freaking seals now.
Yep, he just steals a seal.
And by the way, Marshall's already worried that they're overcrowded.
And Santa does not care.
No, he didn't give a shit.
So they finally arrive to the North Pole hours later.
Sure.
And it says, here we are. And they land, and they're like, it's a farm. Hey, Betty, look at all these reindeer. And then they get out, and Santa goes, hello, Donner. Hello, Blitzen.
Daughter.
And
hello,
they're like,
Blitzen.
Those are the name of Santa's reindeer. And then Miss Claus comes out and says, well, you're just in time, Santa.
Santa.
And they're like, she called him Santa.
Santa.
And
are you, can you be Santa Claus?
We already knew, you stupid kids. That was mean.
Oh, that's right, I am. No, that's what Santa said. Yeah, you dumb kids.
And then they realized, remember all the conversation we had about the rocket? The reason I wanted to have that conversation.
Oh, God. Yeah, I see it now.
Because of what we get to.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to figure out how to feel about this next part.
Not
so
good.
Santa's like, ho, all right, that's right, I am. And then the seal that they picked up, right, they've just landed. They forget the candy ribbon rocket outside.
The anthropomorphic, probably endowed with a human soul, candy rocket.
Yes. The seal looks outside and goes, oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And Santa goes, what's the matter? And you see the reindeer just eating the rocket, and the seal goes, your reindeer have eaten our candy rocket ship.
Yep.
Do you think anybody is concerned about this human creature that may or may not have been, whatever this thing was?
Nobody
They're
cares.
not. They're just like, now we'll never get back home.
Yeah.
And Santa's like, don't worry, I'll get you home safely. And he decides, hey, I'm going to take you with me when I go and deliver gifts.
Yeah, nobody says, well, that poor soul's probably back in hell now or anything after he gets eaten by reindeer.
Nope. Maybe they thought we'll address this in our Christmas in July issue, and they never got around to it.
We'll address this when we go to church.
Yeah. And the rest of the issue is Santa flying everybody back home and like returning the kids while giving them gifts for Christmas. And it kind of ends. We'll close out. I'm going to skip past the last bit of ads just to close out the story, and then we can go over all that. And so it ends then with Santa bringing Billy, Betty, and Caboose back home.
Bitchy Betty and Caboose.
And they're there, and and it goes, and now what would you three like for Christmas? And they tell them that they would like to keep Marshall the bear. And Santa goes, you would? And Caboose says his first words, and he just says, yep.
Oh, wonderful.
And then Betty points out, Mommy, Caboose said his first words, and they're so excited. It's a Christmas Eve.
Yeah. It's Christmas miracle.
And Marshall's just like, hold on a minute. I don't know if I want to stay. And yeah, there are. And the two Billy and Betty say, "But you're so cute and we'll love you very much." And that's all Marshall needs to hear. And he's just like, "All right, that's fine." And then Santa flies away and says, "Merry Christmas."
If you look at those two panels,
and then there's just ads.
in the one panel, Marshall's pissed. And then the next one, he's like, "Oh, okay, you'll love me? Great."
Yeah, that's all. He's just like so upset. And then he's like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that."
This is a marshmallow bear that's seen some things. Is what it is, well, this is great. I think that these children have been unsupervised for quite some time now, including the one that may have like emotional problems in Caboose. I think that something has happened to him. And by an old man that they didn't know who he was. And now there's a talking marshmallow bear in their house, and the parents don't even say anything. It's fine. Sure. Let him live with us. Yep. Great. If we don't like him, we'll eat him.
Nope. I think that sounds great, though.
Yeah. Now, I do want you to notice one thing.
Maybe he tastes like a marshmallow. Like, so
I bet he's marshmallow-like.
Is he marshmallow, or is it just
why didn't the deer eat him?
Because they were full on the candy
full
ribbon.
On the,
That's you wanted to know
doomed
who loved
soul of the candy ribbon
candy.
ship.
It's reindeer.
Yeah. One thing I do want you to notice: no Rudolph.
No Rudolph at all.
Yeah, there's a little deer that comes up to him and says, "Hey, I want to go."
And he's like, "Oh yeah."
They
he's
say,
like,
"You're too
next
small."
Year. Yeah, they don't say who it is.
Yeah, but it's
he
not
doesn't
Rudolph.
have a red nose. It's
because
just
that's
a
Montgomery
small
Ward's.
deer. That's true. You can't have department store beef over Christmas
stuff. So the first ad is for Happy Tune plastic ukulele because boy, it's for your holiday gaiety. Caboose says plink. The anthropomorphic marshmallow bear says, "Bet I could play that." And then
the Billy says, "Let's go to Woolworth and find out."
Yeah, you bitch. Let's go to Woolworth and find out, you marshmallow bear.
And then they have bouncy play balls in Mary designs.
Yeah, don't they?
You can get 5-inch balls for 69 cents or 6-inch balls for 89 cents.
Yeah,
I don't think it's inch, is it?
I love a good 6-inch. Yeah, that's inches.
It's got to be
5 inches, 6
inches. These balls are as much fun as a 3-ring circus.
It's a ball. Of course, I guess if you're a seal, that's pretty much the end all be all, right?
That is a seal.
Yeah, it's a seal. All right, and then the next one is genuine scale models of giant trucks.
Oh boy, these are all wonderful. Let's go to Woolworth right away.
Yeah, this one says lift the hood, see the motor, plastic log truck.
These were all made by the Hubley Manufacturing Company.
Yeah, there's nothing funny about these vehicles.
No.
This is just blue collar workers being mocked with toys is what this is. And this is a 2-page ad for these folks. Blue collar workers being mocked. That's right.
I want to start a band, and that's the band's name.
Yeah, the next one is Bright Metal Wheeled Toys. So I think this is the same company, right?
No, this made
by
All Metal Products.
Oh, this is the great plastic metal rubber debate that we've always heard so much about.
Yeah, about who makes better toys.
And by the way, the girl says, and Woolworth has a stroller for my baby too.
Yeah, because we got to make sure and
stay in your place, girl. That's right.
I wanted to crush dreams early.
Next one is Toy Wonders to delight every child. Good luck with that.
Let's take another ride. Look at the tea set, just like Mommy's.
Yeah, just like Mommy's tea set. Mommy's having a lot of tea.
They have a metal drum.
That's not tea Mommy's drinking out of those cups, but sure. There's merry-go-round. This is all made by Chen and Company. Yeah,
I think so.
And then
there's another connect the dots of some kind of like Marsho is an artist who likes to paint big things. Connect the numbered dots with a pencil, who somebody already did, and it shows us it's a whale.
I can tell
with
what
glasses.
it is. Yeah, it's just a whale.
Little Golden Records. So I remember the Little Golden Books.
Yeah.
I did not know they made records of them.
They did. So what these were is you would open the you would start the record. It would tell you when to open the book. And then it would go, bring, turn the page.
I had cassettes for Disney ones of those.
Yeah,
it was the read along. Yeah,
these are little 45s. Yeah,
okay,
it was the same thing.
So it says Willie the. Okay, that's a lie. I'm gonna call this a lie on this
because that's a puppy.
That's Pokey Little. That's the cover for the Pokey Little Puppy.
Yep.
But it says Willie the Whistling Giraffe on it.
Yeah, that's not a giraffe.
No.
Then there's Fuzzy Wuzzy, the bear who lost his hair. There's Rudy Kazootie. He's a TV favorite and his friends. He's also got on the other side of the record is Polka Dotty Polka. There's Santa Claus is coming to town.
Here it is. There is Rudolph.
The one that the kids all love. Irving Berlin's White Christmas. Kids love
first time on a 20
Irving Berlin.
It's the first time on a 25-cent record. The wonderful Christmas classic on both sides.
Okay, so yeah, it's the same damn thing on both sides. Here's one thing I want you to understand. These are 78 RPM. So these are not even 45s yet. Have you ever played a 78 RPM record?
It's the small. You have to put the adapter in there for. Wait,
Well,
no.
it is like a 45, but they
Yeah.
had the normal hole, I believe, in the middle of
okay.
them, and they were thicker. A 78 played at 78
Yes.
RPMs, so it was very slow, right? No, it was faster.
Yeah. It's
But
more
you had to.
revolution per minute.
So if you go and look at old record players, there's a 45, a 78,
the little
and a long
knob. Yeah,
play
yeah.
LP. Yeah, that's what LP stands for. It's long play.
play.
That's all it is.
And
Yeah.
there were EP was
78s
extended
didn't
play.
last a ton of time.
I have
they were
some
big in the
78s that are pretty thick.
Yeah, that's a nice brag.
I don't have anything on that. Wasn't it?
And then, yeah, you're right. There's a Rudolph here, and this is Little Golden Records. So this is Simon and Schuster who made all this stuff.
Yep, it is.
And then you've got Peter Pan, all this stuff from Walt Disney down at the bottom.
And then the famous Junior Toy Bikes is next from the Junior Toy
Wait,
Company.
am I missing that? Oh, look at that! Golly gee, did you ever see such neat bikes? That is not a word.
Let me hop on the back.
J-A.
Did you? Yeah, let me hop on the back and we'll ride to Woolworth.
Says the monkey to the boy on a bicycle. It's a junior toy bike with rubber wheels, thrift priced, $398, $798 for the Velocipede, and then there's the 16-inch Velocipede that cost $1079, and the 10-inch Velocipede that was $598. Yeah. Those are fun. Those are all made by Junior Toy Corporation.
It's the generic, like what you would think the tricycle.
Yeah, it's
kind
just
of.
a tricycle.
It's like the. I don't know if it's like the one. I'm starting to think that it's a big wheel in The Shining, so never mind.
Yeah, it is a big wheel in The Shining, but it's
the
same
old,
concept.
It's the classic
Yeah,
kind of
same
tricycle you would
concept,
think of.
Yeah. Then the next one is Plasticville, USA, Woolworth's wonderful toy village. So think of this as these are little, like the little things you see on.
Farm, like there's animals and stuff like the farm.
When I
toys
see
and
this,
stuff.
I think HO scale trains is what I
Yes,
think. Yeah.
okay.
So this is like HO scale trains. And the bear made out of marshmallows says, golly, they look so real we could move right in. Maybe you, buddy, because you're made of freaking marshmallows, but I don't know about normal sized people.
Yeah.
Next one is Santa's pack is chock full of fun toys. Bitchy is saying, oh, Bobby Woolworth's has everything. And Busty says, they know what kids like. That's why. And then there is a snowflake interlocking block.
It's
So
like just those little plastic puzzle
Yeah.
pieces you see.
Yeah,
now,
they just
really.
go together.
Yeah, they just
then
like different shapes that kind of fit together.
Horseshoe and ring set.
There's a gun that shoots plastic balls. It's the Jet Automatic Repeating Rifle. You see that there?
Repeating rifle. And I want you to understand that it does say it shoots 6 harmless plastic balls in one loading. Aluminum barrel, red, yellow, or brown stock, 25 inches long, now at a new low price of only $298.
Toys that teach and entertain is on
Jesus,
the next
there's so
one.
many ads.
Yes, that's
I
all
did
this
not
is.
realize there were so many freaking ads.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta. This is too many ads.
No.
The
I
next
just-
one is like those pull along toys, like the kids. You'd
I
see a
would just, you don't even
BB
have
or
to,
a
just
popper.
whatever like focuses on, they pick
Yeah.
on, just move and go.
Well,
There's one, the thing that I know is that I noticed that I found funny was the next one
Yeah.
is that it's all just like guns and holsters.
yeah, that's what I
But
wanted to
it's,
talk about.
it's
yeah.
rootin' shooting holster sets for junior cow punchers.
Cow punchers. Yeah. And the monkey now has a cowboy hat on and a little kerchief. And he says, gotta get, G-I-T, to Woolworths before sundown to meet all my little Bronco busting pals.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure to lean into that hard.
Wow.
Then, oh, good.
Go ahead.
No, I was moving on to the next one, so if you had something else to say about
Well, I just want to point out this is Texas Star Range Deluxe double holster set, a Lone Rider 10-inch set, Texas Ranger set, Gene Autry set.
Yep.
You know who Gene Autry is?
I do know who
He
Gene
was a
Autry is.
famous
Speaking
movie
of,
cowboy.
Rudolph.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. Texas Ranger set for toddlers. Teach your kids well as a teeny tiny baby and put a gun in their hand.
Gene Autry set is Santa Fe leather holster front.
Santa Fe leather.
Embossed belt. 8 1/4 inch repeater pistol, has gold finish and automatic release brake barrel.
Yeah.
Puffs real smoke when fired.
Yeah, it sounds safe. Then the last one is just golden books. And they're the regular golden books that you would think.
If you didn't want the
Because, well, I'm saying this is a regular golden book like everybody's seen, including the one just called Prayers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or the little golden book of dogs.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Bug Bunny gets
Gets
a
a
job.
I wanna-
These were hard times. Bugs Bunny had to get a job.
I want to read Bugs Bunny gets a job. I do love the last thing on the back of the ad is about
It's all about layaway.
though.
Yeah. Small deposit holds any purchase on Woolworth's layaway plan. Did you ever put anything in layaway?
Yeah, way back in the day. I can tell you in high school when I had like my first job.
Yeah.
Or maybe even in like junior high before. I don't know, probably.
I think
It was
Walmart.
older. I had one. Walmart had it, and I had.
I think they still have it. I think they have layaway still.
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
No, I was in junior high still, maybe.
Yeah.
And I put on layaway, and I was able to, as I got stuff like going, paid off, and eventually bought my own Game Boy Advance that way.
People are like, you can't pay for this $29 thing.
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
Yeah, I get it. Sure. I understand.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, layaway was huge. Kmart, I remember, was big in layaway. Dillard's used to do a lot of layaway.
Really?
Yeah, because
For
Dillard's
clothes?
had expensive clothes,
I
right?
mean, they still do.
Yeah, they still do. Dillard's is one of the only places I can think of where you can still go get a package wrapped. You know, they have that desk where you can get packages wrapped.
Oh.
That used to be a big deal too. Like when I was a kid, we would take our packages there and get them to wrap it. Or they would have a closed down store in Richland Mall, inside the mall, that would just be a package wrapping station. So it would be like the vets or, you know, some charity or something, and they're wrapping packages for people to make money.
Huh.
Yeah.
Would you bring your own stuff in from?
You
like,
bring
It
your
wasn't
own
stuff you bought there. Like you could buy it from other places.
No, you bring your own presents, and then they would provide a box and wrapping paper and, you know, bows, arrows.
I got you.
You know, shotgun shells, things like that. Sure.
I got you. Let me ask you, and we're going to do this on the fly just because I'm
Let's do
thinking
it.
about this. Should we, instead
Yes.
of just taking a break and going to the next one,
Yeah.
should we just make that a whole nother episode on its own?
Let's do that because I think that you can't get enough Christmas.
Yeah. And so then that way we'll just hold off and we'll do the 1953 one for our second Christmas.
Yeah, so you can look forward to Christmas Storybook, A Gift to All Santa's Children from Woolworth.
Because that way then we can dive into more ads and a more ridiculous Christmas story instead of just using them all up both here.
Santa and the Snowball Patrol.
Yeah. And there's,
buddy.
I'll tell you, there's such thing as flying snow.
Yeah.
That you can kind of see on that cover. It's a bit. This one is.
Well, this has still got Bitchy and Billy in it.
No,
right?
it's Janie and Jimmy,
Oh, okay.
but no more Caboose.
Kids from well, he's dead.
Yeah,
Yeah, he died at the end of the.
he did. They don't tell you
they don't.
Marsho the bear.
Marsha the Bear ate him.
Yeah.
Which is really ironic.
Yeah, and then they had to put Marsho down.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Goodbye, Marsho.
All right, so we'll just leave it there. So that was our first Christmas issue.
That's great.
We'll do another one though. We'll cover the second Woolworth because it's fun just to look at weird Christmas toy ads.
It is.
Talk about the toys and then also the ridiculous comic that went with it. But
Yeah, I
There you
think
go.
that's the true story of Christmas, right?
yeah.
Capitalism.
So we got to find that reindeer eat anthropomorphic rocket chips.
Right, if they're made out of ribbon candy.
If they're made out of ribbon candy, of course.
Yep.
All right.
Great.
Well, that will do it for us then. You can look forward to, we will have the second one of those coming up, as well as issue 2 of Beneath the Trees Where No One Sees once that comes out. As always, we appreciate you taking the time out to listen. Make sure to check out all the other great podcasts over at roguemedianetwork.com.
RogueMediaNetwork.com.
Love it when you do that. And until next time, stay safe, everybody.
Golly God. And Merry Christmas.
Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.